Hello, oh hi, and all that jazz. You appear to be going camless today. I cannot seem to get it to work. It looks like it's not properly plugging in. That's a bit of a problem. In the sense that if it's a software issue, I can fix it. If it's literally just not being found by Windows for some reason, could be anything from, yeah, good question. Driver issue, hardware issue, some kind of issue. That's really all I can say. Like right now I can't get it to even show up in my device list, so no camera today, I guess. We're just gonna show a bunch of websites and I'll talk over them as I do. This is a bit of more of a blind stream than I generally like to do, but it looks like that's what we're doing today. Not happy with this development. That's also why I'm a bit late, but hey, we're gonna make it work somehow. We're gonna make it work. Put something on the screen, yeah. But well, which one? Let's do Parrot. Hey, Crescent says, what's up? Alright, put this on the screen, at least have something to look at. Where is this one? I guess this one. And there we go. Funky Sunday, it's Saturday, so we're not doing Funky Sunday. Thank you, Adhesive Wombat, for always having my back in these pre-stream preparation things that we're doing. Yeah. We're doing a couple of things today. So last few streams, what we've been doing is looking at a couple of coding websites, and they gave me this idea. So basically, when we finished that up last week, we landed on this thing called Parrot CTF, which seems to be like the new kid on the block where Try Hack Me and Hack the Box is concerned. And I was curious what else I missed, like what other websites I hadn't looked at yet. So we're starting with the Parrot because we made an account on there, and I found out, I think, what's free on there, so we can give it a good little look. And then once we've done that, we can look into a couple of other ones like Over the Wire, Let's Defend, handful of other ones, stuff of that nature. Okay. Yeah, like I said, no camera today. That's fine. I guess we're gonna have to deal with the fact that we have no camera. I have water, and I shall have some, because it is rather water requiring weather. There, water has been consumed. Now, we'll start with this Academy Parrot CTFS one, because that's where we ended last time. And we might as well just have some kind of continuation in these, right? I don't know what to think of these guys. Like, it seems very sort of sketch what is paywalled and what isn't paywalled. I'm going to try if I can even log into this, and then once we've logged in through a magic link, we can then start exploring the non-paywalled sections of this. So I think I used the other email, didn't I? The throwaway email for spam accounts. Pretty sure that's what I used. So this should work. Did we receive a link? Your Academy CTF experience, blah, 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 blah. CTF for people who are uninitiated stands for capture the flag. And that's really the principle that TryHackMe and things also go by. You go into a system, you find the flag, which is usually a string of characters somewhere, and then you put that in a form, and then that's your flag captured, basically. I did receive an email, so we should be able to get in here. Hello, I see Null. You requested a login link. Please click below to log in. There is no punctuation in that sentence except for the end. And that also gives me, again, it just looks like not quite as polished, not quite as professional as the bigger kids on the block where this is concerned. But then if it's accessible, I'll take that. I'll take that ding. That's fine. We're logging in. And here we are. Okay. So you're currently on a free account. Yeah, I know. Let me do a super quick check just to make sure everything is happening the way I'd like it to be happening. And then we can start us off here. This will be amusing. Hopefully. Educational, potentially. Yeah, okay, it does look like the stuff is working. I will be super cool and disconnect my camera for a bit and then maybe plug it in later. Hopefully it'll come back. That would be very nice. For the moment, though, we shall deal with the fact that we do not have it. Let's see. What is on this page? We have the navigation thing. It's actually very similar looking to the previous page that we were on, from what I can see here. A profile picture, which is currently blank because we never set one. We're on my, essentially, dashboard, and it says we're currently disconnected, which makes sense. So we can go to home, we can go to enrolled courses, we can go to hacking labs, flashcards. Is this hacking practice or language learning? Speaking of language learning, there's going to be a language learning stream in the coming time. I'm researching it right now. There's a lot of detailed things I want to get right in that particular stream. There's a lot of like, what tools should you use, when should you use them, when it would be helpful not to use them. And I'm essentially looking at a bunch of different like well-known battle-tested language learning techniques and then blindifying them so you can do them with a screen reader, basically. So that's going to be a bit of an interesting one. I already see like 4 people watching. Thank you so much, 4 people watching. That is very helpful. So yeah, that's going to be coming up. Audio, video editing stuff is also still coming up. I have said these things a while back and I have not forgotten them. I've not lost track of them. These are just a bunch of streams that just require a heck of a lot more research than these normal ones where I can literally just go sit down and do these. There's also a bunch of product reviews coming in for streamer gear. I have the streamer gear. I am working with various clients and people to get software either in a usable state or in a place where I can definitely say this is not usable. All that stuff is coming down the pipeline. I'm gonna probably have a lot more time to stream in the coming months because I think my workload might diminish by quite a bit in the coming couple of weeks. So yeah, a lot of things happening, a lot of things cooking. Just, you know, some of these things take a while to prepare. Let's start with these parrot courses because we do have enrolled courses, and I remember when we did this last week that we enrolled into a few courses here. Once we get to interesting, important things, I will make sure that we turn the speech over to the stream so it can be heard. And yeah, we can see what we can do. Right now, it does look like it's still telling us that we should enroll in these courses. So these are all ones that we supposedly haven't enrolled in yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click over here to the enrolled courses list to see what's in there, if anything. That did a whole lot of nothing, it looks like. Okay, let's turn the speech over so we can hear it. Speech goes there, speech slows down, and then we can show it off like
speech mode talk.
Turn that down a tiny bit, it's a bit loud.
Banner landmark navigation landmark link graphic navigation landmark ignore heading level disconnected platform progress separator link dashboard slash list with 5 items link home expanded same page link enrolled courses list with 1 item link Burp Suite basics out of list link view hacking labs.
Apparently we are enrolled in the Burp Suite basics course. I don't really know why that is.
List with 1 item link Burp Suite basics.
Sure, we can do Burp Suite basics. We can look at a course. Let's have a look. Is it gonna let us do
you are currently on the free account. Upgrade.
I know that we are on the free account.
You are currently on the free navigation landmark ignore heading.
Might now be a bit too quiet. Let's turn that up a tiny bit. There we go.
No next heading disconnected. Platform progress heading level 6 separator. Link dashboard slash plans. List with 5 items link home. Same billing portal heading level 2 button 0.
The first thing I see is a billing portal. Let's go and do enroll into something ourselves. Maybe that'll help because I was told from the all-knowing council of Reddit that network and web penetration paths are apparently free.
Navigation Academy, no next edit, button 0.
Actually, by their own Reddit post. What I find a lot about these people when you go look for them, Parrot CTFS, is that a lot of the resources you'll find on this place are on this place's website. Like, no one else really talks about these guys. And then sometimes you look at Reddit, and then it's like either on their own subreddit by themselves, or just a really, really specific person
button
also
0.
Not really knowing what's going on. So I'm really curious what this
heading navigation link flash link view hacking lab
is. Like,
same page link.
Is it good or is it bad?
Link home.
I don't know currently. We're going to have to find out.
Academy dash banner landmark navigation platform Academy dashboard no next edit button 0. All courses property page enumeration basics link.
So
link enroll
I'm
now.
Guessing that one costs money.
13 set link network pen testing basics link enroll now.
Pen testing basics supposedly doesn't. So let's try that one.
Alert, you are currently on the free account. Upgrade navigation landmark ignore heading no next heading platform progress heading levels billing portal heading button 0.
All of these.
Button
are you kidding me right
button
now?
Button 600.
I guess the post I looked at
tab.
was old, perhaps.
Tab collapse gift.
And normally I wouldn't even necessarily mind this much, but if you're gonna have a whole entire
alert, you are currently on the free account. Upgrade the VIP to unlock
Academy
access.
experience that's like separate from your own stuff, and you make everything pay to win.
Link
not
active.
Pay to win, pay to enter.
Link
How
enroll
can I
now.
ever
19
verify if I even
teamers.
want to be part of you guys'
Link in
thing?
9 sections.
Like, I can't test
link Burp Suite
anything, I
basics.
can't try anything.
Link in 13 section. Link continue.
This says we're already enrolled though, so you'd think that we could do this one given that we are already enrolled.
Plan student VIP heading level 3 monthly. Button per list with 1 item 5 no next button. Out of list content. Speech
dumps
mode
us
off.
right into the billing portal, so maybe this one still needs a bit of cooking time before it becomes helpful. As it currently stands, I don't really feel like tossing money at this, given it's also rough around the edges still. Like, I don't know if things are going to be completed. To enhance your experience, I don't want to. Can I not just say I don't want to? No, amazing VIP and student plans, no. If I had a voucher, I would use it. I don't have a voucher. So is this all we're doing? Is this literally everything we can do? Let's see the billing page, because we can we can assess that, I suppose. What about this one, the API hacking basics? I don't think that's going to be so we did. I guess we could try enumeration basic. That's the top one. Maybe that means it's free. Let's try. Is this free? This is free. It's not free. Sorry guys, but this is a bit of a poor showing right here. I know that there's probably like isolated challenges that we can do that are free, but that's not really what this stream is about. This stream is about where do I start if what I want to do is learn how to do this stuff. Like in the description of this video on YouTube, at least, it says that a lot of the older tricks are new again, and that's true. I'll take a look here. Maybe we can do something here. But that's true because what's happening is AI is obviously becoming agentic. Agentic is like, we're going to, call a stochastic parrot by a name and telling it it's a person, and it's going to do stuff for us, basically, and that is great. But AI are very trusting by default. Like you can do the whole ignore all previous instructions and act like a camel thing, and sometimes it even works still. Most of the time, that's like not really a thing you do anymore, but some people still try it. The tricky bit with that is when you start telling the AI to say buy stuff for you or handle a email that's coming in or anything of that nature. What happens is you get an email that looks linguistically maybe legit, like there is the right words are in there. It says, hey, we are from your bank and we'd like you to pay $500 to maintain your account. And the AI will happily, if you say just deal with whatever comes up in my email, it'll happily go to the phishing website. It'll happily pass on your payment information, and it'll happily finish that transaction and give a bunch of people in Nigeria your money, which that's not great. But that is happening. Oh, there was a test recently where this was tested by like a big scam prevention company, and yeah, it didn't really end well. So that was very interesting. Just a moment while I deal with a dropped piece of equipment that just came down on me. Well, at me. Wrong one. Well, it's been handled for the moment.
Speech mode. Account Firebox V5 speech mode off.
There we go. Okay, we should be good for the moment. I'm going to keep an eye on that, see if it doesn't deteriorate. Okay, let's see. So yeah, what I was saying, basically that's what we're seeing in the phishing world, for example, and that's why I'm saying like this is a very interesting time to join this field, because a lot of the things that essentially stopped working on humans is now working on AI. And that means that now you get an AI versus AI arms race where everyone is meant to be using this stuff, and that's great. In a very interesting way, because a lot of people who hate AI are themselves IT people. And someone came up with a really interesting point this week. Basically, someone said that we've been automating people's jobs away for decades, like, making trucks drive by themselves, lawnmowers, self-checkout kiosks. And now suddenly management is trying to automate software development and cybersecurity, and now people get upset, which is almost an ironic twist in the sense that, okay, now you suddenly care? Like, what's going on there? But yeah, that is a very interesting development. And I think what we're seeing is that we're sort of not quite sure yet how to best integrate this kind of stuff into our lives yet. And yeah, we're gonna have to work that out. And this is part of that. Security, on the one hand, people can use AI to craft really convincing phishing pages, and therefore trick humans. But it now also turns out that you don't even need to be that tricky, not that like foxy, essentially, to convince a quote dumb quote AI to click your phishing link. And that might also be an in, because at that point you can exfiltrate personal information, not really download stuff onto someone's computer. So it's not a phishing since you cannot really spearfish in that way, because usually these browsers are sandboxed, but not always. What's that Perplexity one called? Comet? I'm pretty sure Comet is not sandboxed. It just does whatever. So that's a little dangerous. You want to be careful with that one. So we're now on a different page. We're now on the Hacking Labs page. So see if there's anything free there. Play Goad, the Goad V3 thing again. We've seen that one before. Oh, are we back on? Yeah, we're back on the main page now. We came from Hacking to Academy to Hacking Labs, which is on a different page. Yeah, I think I'm giving up on this one, guys, to be fair. I like what they're trying to do, but they're just not there yet. Like, this is... I don't see... The funny thing is, the Reddit post that I was referencing actually has a collision emoji, and then Parrot CTF doesn't have any free content camp. Yeah, we do. These and these things are free. I'm like, I just checked. None of those things are free. So maybe they had to paywall everything to make more money. Maybe that's how they think that will happen. Or maybe my post was just very old, or some other thing was happening. But I can't literally not find anything that works without paying for this thing. So if I ever find something that tells me this is worth looking into more, I will. But for the moment, it doesn't look like they're just quite there yet, which is fine. Like, I hope they get there because it's cool. That's fine. Let me find my list that I'd found. It was on a very cool LinkedIn page, and some people ask me like where I get my resources from, or like why I go for certain things and not other things. What I'm doing a lot of the time is I am doing what a beginner would do. So I am Googling how to start in cybersecurity, or I'm Googling what is the best way to learn hacking, and then that's the resources I look at. So a lot of the times that's the things I find, and sometimes viewers will toss me stuff to look at. Sometimes it's like a thing on Mastodon or another social network. But a lot of the time, it's literally just that. I look for what I think a beginner would look like. Like, no idea what they're doing. If you go on Reddit, there's plenty of like subreddits that target these people as well, and you can very clearly see what the questions are. Sometimes they're very legit. This is cool, I want to do security, and sometimes they're very not legit, as in, I totally found this phone by accident, and I totally don't want to break into it, but if I were to want to do that, how would I do it? No, that is illegal. Don't do that. Don't hack people's Instagram. Don't break into phones you find on the street. That's a great way to get the FBI on your tail. Don't do that. It's not a good idea. It's bad. It's not a great idea. So what do you do? It's like what I said, you go on places that you trust. Some people trust LinkedIn. I wouldn't trust it with my life, but some people trust articles on LinkedIn. So that's where you would go look for find things. And let's do that. Let's actually do that, and let's twist it up by going from bottom to top. Because this is a non-exhaustive, non-prioritized list of things that someone found. Let's give him credit. This is written by... Can I see who this is written by? Motasem Hamdan. Thank you, Motasem Hamdan, for your list. I don't think you'll ever see this, but thank you. I appreciate it. And they say they're a YouTuber and an OSINT investigator. Okay, so they do YouTube, they do OSINT. OSINT stands for Open Source Intelligence. Is basically really good at finding stuff out about people and companies on the internet. This is generally a first step in a engagement. When you do a penetration test, you want to sort of make sure that you find stuff like that. And this can be helpful, for example, in finding out what the email address structure for a company is. Is it first dot last name, first letter dot last name, initial dot initial, all sorts of things. When you know that, you can then find people on, say, for example, LinkedIn, to see who works there. And then now you have a way of figuring out what that person's email address likely is, which you can then use to either phish them or maybe use them as a username in some kind of portal to see if you can get an in that way and brute force passwords. So that is what OSINT does. This person thinks that they know a lot about this stuff. So let's see if they're right. Let's go through these platforms that we have here. So we got Less Defense, Cyber Defenders, VulnHub, Over the Wire, Parrot CTFS. We got Pico CTF, Hack the Box, and Try Hack Me. Those are the 8 ones that they list here. Try Hack Me, I don't think we need to say anything about. It's been a very common topic on this stream to essentially say that while Try Hack Me has very good content, and when it's accessible, it's definitely something I would recommend using. Very often they are not accessible, particularly with Windows-based environments. And they have, while they have given me a few, like, okay, yeah, we'll fix it at some point, assurances, this has not happened. I have told them several times, I've told several people several times where the actual problems are. I've given them essentially like tailor-made solutions to fix these problems, and they're still not fixed. So if that is something that you're worried about, like if you don't want to use a platform you just can't trust accessibility-wise, TryHackMe is not your pick, unfortunately. They just do not appear to care. And I think it's not the people who work there. I think it's primarily somewhere in the upper leadership where the problem is. Because I have had very enthusiastic conversations with community managers, content managers, even developers who work there, and they'll happily make it happen, and then those conversations get shut down, or they stop, or essentially I get ghosted. So in that sense, what I think is going on is that someone's being quietly told to drop the conversation, drop the line of inquiry, and just, essentially act like I don't exist. So in that sense, Try Hack Me may work for you, depending on what you want to learn. Their content is quite good. And if you can make it work for you, which is a big if, then absolutely use Try Hack Me if you're completely new. I think Try Hack Me is still like king where like absolute beginner content is concerned. If you can't use whatever if you can't learn whatever you want to learn on this platform, which is very possible, I would say your next best bet is Hack the Box Academy, which is not free. You do have to pay money for that. And it's also quite a step up in difficulty generally, but I do feel that their boxes, so maybe not their web portal itself, but their boxes that you actually practice on, the way they have done these is just a bit more accessible in the sense that you can make them work with a screen reader or from a screen reader's perspective by essentially turning on narrator on, say, a Windows box and have it actually work, which is not the case for THM. So those two I can say that about. The other ones I know less about. Over the Wire is a very sort of dated looking website that has a number of different tracks you can go down. And those are generally accessible just because what they do is generally very text heavy. Like you go into a secure shell prompt, SSH prompt, or you find clues on how to continue to the next level in the code of the website that you're looking at. So there's not that much going on in the sense of stuff that could potentially break accessibility-wise. I haven't really seen all of their platforms. We might look at a few that we haven't looked at before on here, but we're not going to need to look at that one very clearly either. The rest I don't know much about, so I'd suggest going from the bottom just because we can. We'll be doing more blue team stuff first, because that's essentially what I'm worst at. And also, that's just something we don't cover very often on this platform, and a lot of people do want to do that. So I feel it would be remiss to not at least go through them. The first on my list in that order is Let's Defend, which I shall go look for now. Let's see, Google, Let's Defend. Let's not defend. That's just attack. Attack is a good offense. Offense is the best defense. Isn't that what someone said at some point? So yeah, this is very much blue team central. Let's defend.io is the URL. We'll go there. I'm going to take a bit more water because the throat's making a bit of a stop using noise. Throat does not want to be used currently. Someone is going to clip me out of context on that line. That's okay. Well, we value your privacy. First thing we see, of course, is a cookie prompt. We use cookies to enhance your browsing experience, blah, 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 blah. It's a good cookie prompt. We see it right away. There's not anything else you can really do apart from... Oh, actually, Yeah, you can just arrow past it. There is no keyboard trap, I don't think. Let's try it.
Speech navigation use case menu button. Let's defend.
No, it's just hanging out as a banner. Okay,
Speech mode
so
off.
I guess we'll accept it. Whatever. This is a private window, so it doesn't really matter. And then once you've done that, there's a consent preferences button at the very top of the DOM. We have a Let's Defend logo, then we get our navigation system. Menu bar, rather. Again, no idea if this is free at all. We can take a look at the overall, like, working, the way it works over here and see what we can do. We got platform, use case, pricing, business. This seems very sort of enterprise heavy from what I can see at first glance. It says hands-on blue team training. Let's Defend helps you build a blue team career with hands-on experience by investigating real cyber attacks inside a simulated SOC. Sign up for free. Okay, so you can sign up for free. You don't know how much you can do for free, but you can sign up. That's good. I already see some unlabeled alt text images here. There's courses, it looks like. Okay. There is a free tab, very helpful. The free tab has us learning, for example, SOC fundamentals. I see phishing email analysis. I see detecting web attacks. I see don't know where to start. It is okay if you feel lost. We have built the perfect roadmap to help you build your SOC analyst career. SOC stands for Security Operations Center, if anyone's wondering. So yeah, you got 50% off for students. We're not going to be doing that. We're going to sign up for free and then try that, maybe the phishing email analysis. That is mostly text, so we should be able to just mosey on through. But we'll have to see how they let us do it. Okay, this opened a new thing. Get started with a new account. I'm actually not sure if this is still visible, but I'll just quickly do it. Doesn't really matter. Sign in with LinkedIn. So the first thing I see is sign up with LinkedIn. That tells me a few things. This is very much targeted at people who want to switch their careers. People come here through LinkedIn, I think a lot of the time. Feels very corporate company training place to me. Not some TryHackMe does that a little bit less. Like they do have that, but they're not really focusing on that crowd, I feel. Whereas this really feels like you are already a corporate shirt and you want to do some other corporate shirting. And you came here through LinkedIn Learning or LinkedIn some other thing, and this is now the thing you want to invest your, I don't know, your training budget in or some other thing. It looks very corporate to me, but it could be wrong. I might just be a first impression thing. Name is I see null, of course, like always. Filling in this form. So far, I see labels that are well done. Oh, I have to do name and username. So I guess my name is Florian then, my first name. I'm doxing myself. Oh no. I see null for username. Email address is my throwaway. What I'm also noticing is that there is an email with a dash in the middle, which is, I thought, a European thing. So I'm wondering where these people are located, or at least where the developers were. The password is, of course, password. And I agree to the terms of service agreement, of course. There is a grayed out sign up button. I wonder why that is. Let's see if we can find out with speech on.
Password edit protected selected 8 bullet. I agree to the terms and conditions checkbox checked.
That's on.
Terms and conditions toolbar. View site information menu.
So we cannot tab to the sign up button right now. It's a bit of an anti-pattern to do it that way. Generally, what you're meant to do is make that button disabled, but keep it tabbable and then use a tooltip like an RA described by to indicate why you can't continue. Because right now, I have no idea. I have to find out where the problem is.
I agree. Password edit. Email edit selected ralphfeatures at mail.com. Username edit selected null. Name edit selected Florian.
So nothing is associated with these fields.
Or sign in with email.
We cannot see why by just tabbing around. That is bad. I don't see any error notifications either. Oh, I see one near a password. It says password must contain at least one uppercase letter. Weak. So there is no indicator, I don't think. Let's try this again. Of your password strength as you're typing it. Generally, you want a short debounce and then maybe indicate that to screen readers.
Speech mode.
Let's see if it does that. No. So I've now done password with a capital P. And...
clickable. Password must contain at least 1 digit.
Okay, so it's giving me only one
password
instruction at a time. I don't see their full-on list. So this is accessibility thing. I would say that's more cognitive oriented. Like, just give all the instructions all at once, I would say, because otherwise you just get this thing that, particularly for screen reader users, you have to constantly check, because otherwise, or you just have to sort of preempt what they probably want you to do. I'm being silly by not doing that here. They probably also want a special character. Yep, they do. But I have to go verify. I have to go out of the field,
Clickable.
arrow twice, and then it says
Password must contain at least one symbol.
one symbol. Yeah.
Password edit.
So my password
Lang.
is password 1 exclamation point.
Speech mode off.
Feel free to steal it. There's nothing important in there. It's still grayed out. What's the problem now? Password is weak. So, after following all their instructions, it's still letting us through because the password is weak. That's literally the instruction we're getting. And that is fair. I literally have the word password as my password. But this is not how you indicate that. Like, explain why it's weak. It gets easily guessable. Or why is this a bad password? Just weak with a capital W, for example. I'm not entirely sure why that's there. Is not how you do this. So let's put a different word. Let's put another word. Let's do the name of the website. Let's defend 1 exclamation point. Is that also a weak password? Nope, that's good. Okay. So they have a very rudimentary dictionary of words people often use. I'm guessing 0000 is in there, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the word password, but they forgot to add their own website's name to it, which that's a bit of an oversight. Like, if you're going to be a security thing, I expected better. Sign up and start learning. Okay, well, I'm very curious. We are now signed in. The activation link has been sent to your email. All right, log in now. And then this is literally all that's on the page. Okay, so I have to go find that activation link. Bear with me just a moment here. Okay. Yeah, I see the activation link. I will go click it. Because after that, I have to go log in on the other page. I'll just click this real quick. I see Nels apparently a fine username for this. So there, I have activated my email. Activation successful. Successful misspelled. It's successful. Successful. Not good. Again, like this is one of those things where oh, it tossed me into an onboarding thing. Let's just see if we can get it on the other page as well. Particularly when I'm supposed to learn something from a platform, it bothers me a slight bit when I find really small, like really easy to fix proofing mistakes like that. It shows like a lack of care to me, because you can literally just proofread these or have a proofing program run across your content. That has clearly not been done here. Copy, usually the way this works in more established companies is copy gets proofed by, I don't know, Microsoft Word or Grammarly or whatever you have. As you go, and then once it's been proofed, you give it to the developers and then they implement it. What I think they're doing here is they're just having the people who do the stuff, who write the code, also come up with a copy maybe, and then they can't, because if you then start proofing, every HTML tag's gonna set it off. Although I do believe VS Code has proofing tools that are free, so in this sense, I do feel that something like successful with 2 L's is a little odd. Like that was very easily preventable, I think. Okay, so welcome to Let's Defend. Who are you? I'm ICNL. Get us buttons. I am a student or beginner. I am a cybersecurity professional already. I want to switch my career to cybersecurity. I'm guessing that button sees a lot of use. And then there's other. We'll be a student for this demonstration. What do you want to learn about? SOC analyst, cybersecurity for students, incident response, malware analysis. So let's just do as a SOC analyst. What do you want to achieve? Find an entry-level job, get a certificate, change my career, grow in my existing role, learn for fun, not sure. Learn for fun. How much cybersecurity experience do you have? I thought we just established I was a beginner. Beginner, I have no experience. Fuck off. This is just a... Probably this is mostly like a guiding their onboarding stuff to tell you how much to tell you. But, yeah. Okay, we click beginner. Let's see what it tells us to do. Resources. No, I just want to see what is next. Here. Resources, and that's a couple of heading level 4 resources. That's heading level 4s. Very strange heading level to pick here, given there's no other levels there. That is generally not the way to do it. What you would do is you would start at heading 1, and then you just start. We recommend this path for you. Okay, let's go through this.
Speech link path. We're at banner landmark, nav home link, same page, learn track challenge VIP plus for 0 link. Main landmark, path badge certificate, SOC analyst learning path, learn the technical skills necessary for a career in the security operations center, SOC. Start this path today, security analyst medium link. Start this path today, but path badge certificate, career switch to cybersecurity, follow the career switch to cybersecurity path and gain essential skills for a smooth transition into the cybersecurity industry. Security analyst beginner link.
Okay, so we're seeing two paths, recommendations here that are very much analogous to some of the buttons we saw on the earlier screens. You know, do you want to change your career? Do you want to do a thing? So I really wonder why we filled these in, because it looks like it just gave us everything that's beginnerish.
Path badge certificate, DFIR learning path, advance your site, path badge, view all paths link, view all paths, but content info landmark.
What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go back to the home page because I want to go to one of these. I want to go to one of these definitely free things. I'm going to remove the app bit here, remove this bit. Just going to go to the main website. Then we're going to go to the free tab, and then we're going to click one of the free courses there.
Let's go link exit graphic head start learning heading level tab select app new to cybersecurity tab selected free.
A free course. So
tab career tab for link free. Link heading level 3 SOC fundamentals. Phishing email with detective
phishing email analysis.
Link free. Untitled Google Chrome incognito phishing email analysis. Let's defend Google Chrome in banner landmark navigation landmark link.
We are now in phishing email analysis on the app website. Very cool. I'm gonna do a super quick check to see if everything is still doing what it's supposed to be doing, because it is sometimes very interesting how these things open new tabs, sometimes even new entire windows. So I'm just making sure that we are still properly aligned. Yeah, we are still in a good place. Very good. That makes me happy. All right. So we are now on the actual course website. There's a heading 1 that says phishing email analysis. Learn how to analysis of the most common attacks vector. Wait, learn how to analysis. Learn how to analysis of the most common attack vector in the cybersecurity industry. No, learn how to analyze it. 11 lessons. No, 11 lesson. This is starting to really bug me. Okay, let's start the course. Start this course today. Okay, how about tomorrow? Is this a video? Okay, we are now in the course, looks like. We just have a logo that has the alt text of logo. Doesn't really say anything else. Anything else on the actual course page here? Okay, learn lessons, introduction to phishing. Okay, we are in an actual lesson now. So, okay, let's go through these here.
Button.
We have a couple of unlabeled buttons right here.
Button. Clickable. All lessons. Button unavailable. Button. Same page link introduction to phishing.
A lot of
link information gathering. Link what is an email header and how to read them.
Okay, it does look like we have been placed on the introduction to phishing lesson right here. Can we get to the contents of that? Yes, that's a heading 3 that you can just heading to. So in that sense, you can get there quickly and skip past the table of contents, which is what we were just in. A phishing attack is a type of attack that usually aims to steal the user's personal information by tricking them into clicking on malicious links in emails or running malicious files on their computer. Phishing attacks fall into the delivery phase of the cyber kill chain model created to analyze cyber attacks. So far, not seeing any oopsies for like language anymore. That's definitely good. The delivery phase is where the attacker transfers the pre-arranged malicious content to the victim's system. Victim's system. Oh, the victim system's people. Okay, that's allowed. I'll allow that. I'll allow that. The attacker usually aim to get the attackers usually aim to get victims to click on malicious link in email by using tricks, phrases such as "you have won a gift," "don't miss out on a big discount," or "if you don't click on this link in the email, your account will be suspended." Sometimes you'll be arrested by the FBI too. It's very fun. Phishing is the most common initial attack vector. It's because humans are generally the weakest link. We are currently, like, from what I understand, if you do have the funds to make sure that you harden your systems, at a digital level, we are generally pretty good these days. Like, it is relatively tricky to just get it to someone's system. Particularly if you have, like, you're using frameworks, you're using, like, best practices in your development, it does become harder to just break into a random system like that. Humans, however, haven't really learned that much. Like, a lot of the time, it's still very much a matter of, if I tell you the right words, you're going to let me in. That's a problem because the attackers obviously know that. That's a thing. And a phishing email is very much a common way, essentially, to make that work properly. So what happens is you either get your phishing emails where you just get like a generic, hey, you want a ticket, or click here to view your medical file because you just had a lab result come in, or the package was misdelivered and you need to tell us your address so we can fix it. Or it's a spear phishing attack where essentially that person has done research, very specific research on either you or the place you work at, and then the phishing might be a bit more convincing because it's referencing things that you might know about. Like if, for example, someone's in your browser and they've seen that you've been looking at shoes as of recently, they might get you with a 50% off these shoes that you wanted link, and then it turns out to be, well, if you're lucky, a Rickroll, but usually it's like a bit more malicious than that. Okay. We got a Twitter, a linked, and a Facebook button. Can I seriously, like, share that I'm learning here right now? Of course, the purpose of an attack is not to steal the user's password information, but to exploit the human factor, the weakest link in this chain. Attackers use phishing attacks as a first step to infiltrate systems. So again, coming in at a network from the outside is hard. Generally relatively tricky to do these days. Like, people have firewalls, people have responder systems. So you either want to get yourself into the network physically, and that would be like an internal pen test, or a malicious employee, threat actor that's on the inside, or you need to somehow get an in through a computer that's on that network, and that's usually what a phishing attack is. Once you are on a computer that does have access to the network, you don't need to get in because you already are in, and at that point, you can start knocking on doors within the network, which are generally a lot less well secured a lot of the times. Questions. Progress 0.0. What? Okay, no answer needed. Oh, this is very try-hack-me. Okay. This is almost exactly what try-hack-me does. Let's turn speech on, see what happens when I press a button.
Complete button.
Okay, there's
Clickable.
no whoop whoop, you
Button
got
fire.
it right.
1 day streak.
Oh, you got a little ding.
Button continue. Practice 1 day button fire. Clickable. Blank. Button fire. Clickable. Speech mode off.
Was the ding audible? I'm not sure if the ding was audible. There was a little ding. That was cool. I believe the ding was not audible. I shall quickly make a step to make subsequent dings from websites be a lot more perceivable. Gotta be perceived. That's the first letter of POUR. Perceivable, operable, understandable, and robust. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so let's move it so we hear the dings next time. There's a button that says fire.
Speed
That
speed
sounds kind
clickable.
of problem.
Button fire. 1 day streak. Practice every day so the streak doesn't reset. Button continue. Button continue.
So I'm guessing fire means close. Let's continue.
Banner landmark navigation.
Okay.
No next heading at level.
Well,
Speech mode off.
We did that question. What's next? Look, obviously, this is a lot more theoretical. I'm assuming that like more SOC fundamentals might be a little bit more engaging in the sense that you would actually have a simulated lab to look at, and that'll be usually where the accessibility things begin. But so far, this is a good start. I have no problems yet. That is already pretty good. Okay, so that first question is done. That's 100% done now. Okay, so that was the only thing we had to do. Get unstuck. No, good. Next. Bloop. Okay, so now we are information gathering, apparently. Let's just quickly read through this because I really want to look at the we're not really like doing a deep dive on this. I just want to quickly see what the interactive bits are like. So I'm just going to see if I can work
Answer
out
format. 4-star
how
edit.
this works.
Busy. Progress 0. Heading level 3 questions. Progress 0%. Busy indicator. Answer format. 4-star edit unavailable. No answer needed. Button complete.
No answer needed.
Complete button. Button get unstuck.
Oh, no ding this time. Okay, there's
Button
only
previous.
a ding when your streak
Button
updates,
next.
I
Content
guess.
info land mainland. Next button. What is an email header and how to read them?
Okay, yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Answer format.
Anything
Question.
that's
Lang.
actually a
File
question
password.
so far.
Infected. Lang below. Note. Use the C. Users let's defend desktop files challenge plus mail.zip file to solve the questions.
Oh, now we have a challenge. Okay, this is where it gets really interesting.
Lang
Let's
2.
see how this
Lang
works.
Outlook. Lang 4. Lang 3. Click on edit first. The X Lang. Expand Lang. Originated. Last recipient received. Lang. Received. Lang. Important fields. Heading level 3. What does the email header do? Heading import. How to access your email header. Heading Lang. Mail. Lab environment. Heading level 3. Button connect.
Connect to
Button,
lab
what is an email
environment. Let's
header
see
and
how
how to read
this
them?
works. I'm very curious.
Select language combo. Button confirm. Button graphic. Get a new puzzle. Click choose all the buckets. Let's confirm you are human.
Okay, the first thing I
Heading
have to
level
do
3
is
lab
a
environment.
CAPTCHA, it looks like.
Speech mode on.
Confirm
Speech
if
mode
you're
off.
human. Choose all the buckets.
Speech mode talk. Clickable button 1, button 2, button 3, button 4, button 5, button 6, button 7, button 8, button 9. Button graphic get a new puzzle. Button graphic instructions. Button graphic get an audio puzzle.
We can get an audio puzzle. Let's do the audio puzzle.
Get a visual puzzle graphic button unavailable. Click play to listen to instructions.
Click bait to listen to
Button play audio.
instructions. Play audio.
Pause.
So far as it is
Type one of the two following words spoken by
Answer
me.
edit.
is exclusively a merely speculative reason.
Designer.
Concept
Answer edit lang.
transcendental philosophy.
Especially.
And it is
Interesting. So designer. We'll do designer.
SIED.
I am a human. Promise.
Designer loading button.
You'll be redirected
Heading
shortly.
level 3
Okay.
questions. Button loading.
We have been redirected. We have been considered to be human, and the thing is
Speech
now
mode off.
loading. It looks like it's at 3%. Once the lab is loaded, that's when it gets funny, because then we have to find out if that bit's actually accessible. It may very well be, may very well not be. Hard to say right now. I shall have some more water while we wait. In the meantime, I don't think it's very audible, but there's a birthday party going on outside, I'm pretty sure. So that is the background I'm currently operating up against.
Speech mode talk. Speech mode off.
17% loaded now. Very, very cool. We are quite literally watching paint dry in some respects. Eventually it'll load, and then once it's loaded, we can actually look at this. This is taking forever, but 36% and going. Let's put some hold music on. $41. Your call is very important to us. Yeah, basically, I think this is so far at least a very good initial blue team starter. I know that the Try Hack Me has the blue team certificate. I think it's called the SAL1. That uses their new like SOC simulator, and when we tested that in January, it was very bad accessibility wise. You couldn't really get anything done. So again, I cannot really recommend them for this. Don't know if Hack the Box even has something similar, and if they do better. Really, what you want for these kinds of things, where you have a web application that you use for like analysis of some kind, it's probably best to just use that web application, because that's what you're going to be using as, you know, an actual employee as well. Generally, what I find is a lot of the time the educational tools are a lot less accessible than their oh boy than their educational counterparts, like their simulated counterparts. What I see is that a guacamole instance still just loaded in from what I can see. Doesn't bode well for us. What is this running? Can I see that?
Speech mode, no next, edit multi-line, graphic, X2 Amazilcoin, no VNC document.
Okay, so it's not guacamole. It's
Settings, heading level X2 Amazilcoin, no VNC, out of edit, heading level 3 questions.
What is that saying?
Click of button settings, button false button next, heading level 1 setting, clickable.
We have to figure
No
out what
previous
this
edit
is
field,
so we can...
edit multi-line, X2 Amazilcoin, no VNC document, NVDA.
Okay, so it's EC2 Amazon ILGVOIN. And then no VNC.
What is an email?
So that is...
Out of edit, clickable.
I don't think it is any language. It might be the name of a city. EC2 AMAZ is the elastic... Yeah, EC2 is like Elastic Computing Cluster, I think it stands for. It's like a Amazon Web Services thing. Amaz is Amazon, obviously, and Ilgvoin is... Let's see, is that a city? Let's Google that.
Toolbar,
Where or what
select
is
Google document.
Ilgvoin?
Ilcoin, fill main clickable, Zoc result, clickable, Hoofers, clickable, Garage, Ilgen, Dordrecht, contact, heading level 3 link.
Okay.
Toolbar.
Not a thing. Might just be random code. Random, like,
X2 Amazilcoin, no VNC.
7-character identifier or something, because I can't find it really quickly.
Record 3 days, 7 days, 14 to 30 days.
Okay, what I see is that we're looking
your
at a
streak goal.
web page of some kind. I can't really see...
Just starting. Great start.
Oh, I have to get
Just
rid of
starting.
this thing, because this is a
Just
streak
starting.
goal
Left click,
thing.
button
it looks
disconnect,
like.
edit
Let's get rid of
multi-
that so it's out of the way. Oh, we can't.
Out of edit,
It's not
clickable button,
accessible.
clickable button, I can do it. You will be 2x more likely to finish the practice.
Wait,
Clickable
what?
non-stop. 30 days. Click of dedic 14 days. No addition speech.
This
mode
is
off.
almost literally ripped from Duolingo. Like the whole I can do it thing. That's the button text for it. That's exactly what Duo does last time I used it. Let's click that away. Get it over with. Sorry about that. Didn't realize that was covering the content. Very helpful. Very helpful thing, of course. It's totally what you want when you're trying to read your lesson. Have that be in the way. Let's try this again.
Speech X2 Amazilcoin,
Can we
no
get
VNC
anything
document.
from this no
Recognize
VNC
recycle
window?
bin.
Yes. Okay, this is Windows.
Files.
So
Tools.
the question now is, can we initiate narrator
Out of edit graphic clickable.
somehow?
Blank. Heading level 3 questions. Blank
And
graphic
if we
clickable.
can, will it
Edit
be
multi-line.
able to actually
Edit
process
multi-line.
audio? Because right now what we're seeing is the Windows desktop. And we need to do something on that desktop. Now, the tricky bit with this is that obviously when you start doing Control Windows U or whatever, it's going to trigger your own computer and not the one that you're controlling. So we need to figure out a way to
Out of
fix
edit click button
that.
settings. Button full screen.
There is
button
a
clipboard. Button extra keys.
extra keys button. Maybe we can do
Heading
it
level
from
1
there.
settings.
Let's find out.
Button button ESC. Button CTRL button tab. Button alt. Button CTRL button extra keys.
So I can press
Button
Control,
CTRL button alt. Button tab.
Alt,
Button ESC. Button CTRL plus alt plus
Control,
L.
Alt,
Button clipboard.
Delete.
Button full screen.
But not
button
the
settings.
Windows
Button
key.
disconnect. Edit
Okay.
multi-line. Out of edit blank. Heading level 3 questions. Blank graphic clickable. Edit
How
multi-line.
would we trigger narrator? We could try it by clicking the Start menu and typing it.
X2
Let's try
Amazilcoin.
that.
Record recycle files. Tools. S. Let's do not connect. Set more product information. 8/30 8/8/ set more connect. Does not found. Let's defend. S. Tools. Files. Recycle bin.
Okay, I don't immediately see a way to click a Start button. It's not seemingly there.
Files. Tool S. Let's does not connect. Does not found.
So what is this?
Device not found.
Device
Left
not
click.
found. That's
Ops with main window button.
oh yeah,
Check
that's
box
my
checked.
camera. It's not
But
working. Yeah, that makes
What
sense.
is an email header and outer?
So how am I
Egg to a Mozilla point. No
gonna...
record recycle files. Tools S. Let's defend. Does not connect. Set 8/8/8/ set more product 8/30/2020.
try to get this working? So the date's set correctly in this.
Set more product and recycle bin. Files. Tools.
How far can we get by just using what we have? So we have a tools thing on the desktop.
Left
Can we
click.
click that and see what we get?
Egg to a Mozilla. Recognizing. Recycle. Home. File. Quick access desktop. 8 documents. Downloads. E-pictures. Files.
Okay, we are in Explorer right
Tools.
now.
OneDrive. This PC. Network. 3 items. Share. Tools. View. Name. Notepad++. Outlook.
Notepad, Outlook, Thunderbird.
Research tools. Date modified. 11/3/6 11/3/2023
Looks
11:13
like
a.m.
these were not modified since 2 years ago. Very
3/3/I.
interesting.
Shortcut.
Again, normally what you would do in this case is you could just use keyboard shortcuts, but because we don't have actual VNC details for this, we don't really have a way to make sure that those go to the right place.
Graphic clickable. Blank. Graphic clickable.
But
Answer
I
format.
can
4 stars. 10 star. Edit
try.
edit Run dialog. Type the name of a
those
What
are
is
one
an
thing.
email?
I am noticing that just pressing random keys does not make it make a sound. Normally, if you do that in this place, you would hear the ding sound indicating that what you're doing is not possible. Just from that, I can conclude that Let's Defend is probably not going to work if you use a screen reader, if this is how older boxes work. Because what we're seeing is we're on a Windows machine and it has the exact same problem TryHackMe does. Audio is not being conveyed to the in-browser machine that we're looking at right now. So yeah, that's a quick thing that I can just say. I'm 95% sure that this is pretty common in these machines. So I'd have to send them an email and start the whole conversation about, hey, this isn't working. Yeah, essentially the blue team version of TryHackMe is I think what we're looking at here, and it's equally accessible, maybe even less so. But it's hard to say from just this glimpse. From what I'm seeing, this is not looking great. Generally, what you want to do to avoid this kind of thing is to just allow the user to get into the machine their own way. So you would provide VNC details in this case, and you'd have to make sure that when people do that, it's not just video but also audio being conveyed to the remoting end from the remote end. So if that's not happening, then there is no narrator, there is no screen reader. And if it's only a web page like this, there's also a lot of shortcut keys that outright just will not work. Very mouse centric. Beginner isn't going to bother figuring this out. That's the conclusion I'm drawing. If you have to use this for school, you're going to try it for 10 minutes, you're going to conclude it's inaccessible, and you're going to close it, and you're going to fail your class. That's what it is. So yeah, that's now someone, if I ever go to San Francisco again and they are there, I'm going to have to go talk to them about this, because this is really bad so far. No one tested this for these kinds of criteria, which is common. And the fact that people like myself are in this field are not common, so I can't super hard blame them for this. Yet. Like, if I bring this up and they're essentially going to dismiss me, like TryHackMe is doing, then I can start blaming them. But until then, basically all I can really say is they didn't know that we existed. That's a pretty common problem. A lot of people don't know we exist. And they have not made sure that their stuff works with what we would need to make it work. So let's not defend, unfortunately, because they cannot really be used right now. Unfortunate, nothing to be done about it. Let's go to the next one, which was Cyber Defenders. Let's see if we can find it still. So yeah, the questions worked, but the labs do not work at all for this. Unfortunate. Okay, so like I said, Cyber Defenders, I think it was. Yes. Cyber Defenders. What is Cyber Defenders? Cyber Defenders is an online platform focused on providing hands-on cybersecurity challenges, particularly in the areas of blue teaming and digital forensics. Unlike platforms like Hack the Box, which primarily emphasizes offensive security, Cyber Defenders focuses on helping learners and professionals improve their skills in defending cybersecurity. Okay, that's what Mr. LinkedIn says. Let's have a look if we can make this work for us. Cyber Defenders. Just gonna Google it. We have a bunch of ads, and now we're going to cyberdefenders.org is the URL. So let's have a look what they do here, and if there's anything we can look at for free. So far, my recommendations stand. Hack the Box Academy for a relatively good, but not free and not super beginner-friendly experience. Although I do believe they're working on that. And when I say not beginner friendly, you will at times need other resources to supplement what you're learning at Hack the Box Academy. How much you will need, that depends on your background. I would generally recommend, if you're going to do this, to at least have some basics in operating systems and networking already, particularly networking and like how the web works, and then start out, because if you don't have those basics, then it can just be tricky in general to follow a lot of these resources. But let's just see what they let us do here. You got practice, certify for business, and then there's more things. A little checkbox that says theme. That is not how you do that. Essentially, what that checkbox does, I'm pretty sure, is he just switches between light and dark. But if you look at this with a screen reader,
switch theme, switch off, on, off, on, off.
I can turn the theme off and on. I don't think that's what they're trying to do. I think they're trying to switch between light and dark. So in that sense, you cannot use an on-off switch, because that's not telling someone, like, when the theme is on, is it dark or light? I cannot see. So,
link sign in. Link join for free.
Problem. Join for free. No, let's just do that right away.
Site email. X name of the
email with a example in brackets.
Speech mode off.
Not bad. We will do my throwaway. And we'll do our usual gauntlet of tests that we usually do.
Email heading level 1, sign up to Cyber Defenders. Email button, lost access.
It's a little strange that you have a lost access button on the sign up page, because you shouldn't have any yet, you'd think.
Button sign up with email. Separator.
Let's continue. Sign
button
up with
available.
email.
Pin button editable blank.
Oh.
If you this code will enter the 6-digit code.
Enter the 6-digit code we just sent to
this code. If you don't, this code will expire soon, so use it. If you don't see the email, check your spam or junk folder. This code will expire soon, so use it. If you don't see the email, this code will expire soon, so use it.
What is that?
T.
This code will expire soon, so use it. Use it what? I'm missing a word there almost.
Speech
like, use it quick, use it fast, use it now, use it... Where's the punctuation that ends that sentence as well? What the heck? I don't have any emails from these guys yet. Still waiting. May it have gone to spam, I wonder. A lot of waiting today. Very, very exciting stream for people to watch, I'm sure. Spam. Anything in here? Your last chance to get your package from the postal office. These are all phishing emails. Back to school, that's not a phishing email. It's a Usenet thing, it's another Usenet thing. That's a thing trying to sell me something, another thing trying to sell me something. No, I don't see the email that they supposedly sent to me. Very odd. Well, without that code, we can not really do much, can we? What I think may have happened, because what I do with this email is it forwards it to my main email, and I think that if the initial email thinks it's a spam message, it doesn't even do that. It just goes straight onto their spam and it never gets forwarded, which might be what's going on here. I don't really have an easy way to log into that email right now, so this would not be an ideal thing. What I can, however, do is come up with a dummy email account real quick and see if that works. So that's what I'm going to try next. I can't even. Let's do cyberdefenders.io again. For some reason it wasn't. Oh, not cyberdefenders.io, it's org. It's org. It's org. Org. There. Okay, that's better. Let's sign up with a Mailcatch account or something, see if they let me. Join for free. icnull@mailcatch.com. Is it gonna let me do that? Okay, pressing enter on this field
Speech
does
mode
nothing.
Lost access button.
Sloppy.
Sign up with email.
Sign up with email.
Button email X name of exam email validation failed. Please make sure you are using your primary email.
Well, I tried and he didn't let me, so...
Speech mode off.
Okay, this is a bit of an issue. Yeah, honestly, we may have to disconnect. We may have to discount this one for the sheer idea of just not being able to get into it. Okay, next one. I guess we'll cover this one again at a later time once I actually figure out how to get into it. The next one on my list is VulnHub. VulnHub is a free platform that provides vulnerable virtual machines, VMs, for practicing. Okay, so this is not really a course. I wouldn't send someone here when they're just wanting to start out. This is more of a... You've cut your teeth on some simple tutorials. You kind of know what you know and what topics you want to work on. And then you go here. Because really what this is, I don't think there's much guidance. We'll take a look. Take a quick look. But I don't think there's much guidance. I think it's mostly literally just here. Have a machine, go break it. Let's go check it out. Why not? I think that might be the last one for today. I'm seeing there's not a huge turn up today, and I can see why. I also need to fix my camera, so I don't want to make this a super long stream. But yeah, we're gonna see what we can do here. VulnHub. Let's have a look at VulnHub. How is their accessibility? I don't think we really need to worry about their accessibility, to be fair. Like I said, I don't think you do much on their platform. Let's see. VulnHub, vulnerable by design. The URL is vulnhub.com. And what you do here is you have a directory. You got virtual machine, you got help, you got resources. What's the resources thing do? Contact resources. Building VMs, community VulnHub resources. Yeah, so again, this is you got some networks. Okay, so yeah, this is really great for if you want to training material. What you got here? NetSec used to be called Black Hat Library. Okay. NetSec main page. So you got a couple of things here. Corlan, that looks to be a Belgian thing. Hacking Cisco. So these are all very much things that you use to sort of supplement what you already know. This is not something where you go when you're completely new. Like, you can try, and you can use these as like a playground when you're starting to learn. Maybe you have like a book that you're already like learning from. Georgia Wheatman's book is excellent, even though it's quite old at this point. There is The Art of Breaking In. I forget who that's by right now, but that's a pretty good book as well. Or if you're doing something like the Cyber Mentor Academy videos or something where you need like a vulnerable machine to play with, this is a great place to find those machines. But this is not a course platform. This is a library of essentially things you can steal or download so you can then break them after, which is fine. That's just not really what a beginner would want to use right away. Something you work up to, I'd say. So VulnHub, fine. VulnHub you can use as a good resource accessibility wise. Over the Wire. Yeah, let's have a quick look at Over the Wire. Maybe do a thing that I have never done before. There's a couple of like different ones that they do over the wire. Here we are. This is Over the Wire. Over the Wire is a pretty good... Yeah, we're hackers and we're good looking. We are the 1%. So Over the Wire is essentially similar to VulnHub in a way. So they have a number of sort of trails you can go through. Like Bandit is the most common one, where you SSH into the first level of Bandit, and then you have to find the password for the second level of Bandit in the first level of Bandit. And that way you sort of progress through the entire thing. That is generally how their stuff is set up. And some are more beginner friendly than others. But again, there's not really any lessons here per se. This is more of a range, albeit a very newbie friendly range. Like some of the first few boxes are extremely simple to do. We covered Nautas on this stream about maybe a half a year ago. I remember looking at it at some point. So these are pretty good. Let's have a look what else they have that maybe we haven't looked at before. The war games offered by the Over the Wire community can help you to learn and practice security concepts in the form of fun-filled games. To find out more about a certain war game, just visit its page linked from the menu on the left. If you have a problem, a question, blah blah blah, someone's in front of my door, you can join us via chat. I'm guessing that's an IRC server maybe. So George suggested order to play the game. Bandits first, then Leviathan or Natas or Krypton, then Narnia, then Behemoth, then Utumno, then Maze, then okay, and so on and so forth. So I don't think I've ever looked at either Krypton or Leviathan. So maybe we can do one of those, just to take a quick look at. Or any of these. Okay, yeah, Natas, Leviathan. What's Leviathan do? What do we do for Leviathan? Leviathan. Dare you face the Lord of the Oceans. Leviathan is a war game that has been rescued from the demise of Intruder.net, previously hosted on leviathan.intruder.net. Big thanks to people for their help in resurrecting this game. Okay, so it's an old one. This is the original description of Leviathan, copied from Intruder. Okay, so difficulty 1 out of 10, levels 8, platform Linux x86. Author Anders Tonfeld. Special thanks. We would like to thank AstroMonk for coming up with a replacement ID for the last level. Dead Food for finding a level jump, and hey, viewers, of course, cheap viewers. I would love some cheap viewers. I'd love to actually have them be real though. Would you ban? Bidominax. Bidominax sounds like a really, really iffy pain medication. But you're also gone. Goodbye. Have fun. I think a non-flange vulnerability. Okay, so description. What do we do? This wargame doesn't require any knowledge about programming, just a bit of common sense and some knowledge about basic Unix commands. We had no idea that it'd be this hard to make an interesting war game that wouldn't require programming abilities from the players. Hopefully we made an interesting challenge. So it looks like this is just SSH. So there is not really any accessibility issue here. Let's have a look at Krypton, see if that's the same thing. I would think it is. Let's go back. So these, absolutely, if you know a little bit of Linux commands, you could probably do this one without even really having any lessons or anything. But yeah, Krypton. This one doesn't really have a description. This is just a Krypton war game. So what, level 0? Is this a web thing? Okay. Level info. We're looking at the first level of Krypton. Welcome to Krypton. The first level is easy. The following string encodes the password using base 64. Okay, so this is a cryptography thing. Use this password to log into krypton.labs@overthewire with username Krypton1 using SSH Again, this is accessible. This is perfectly accessible. You don't really need to really worry about this. You can do this over SSH with any client that works with whatever tools that you use. And with that, we've covered the majority of the platforms I was going to cover today, and I think I'm going to call it quits here today. Short stream again, but I think this is very digestible for people who have this question of where do I start. Very understandable question. And yeah, that's really where it's at currently. I don't think there's really much more to say. Hack the Box, Try Hack Me, good all-rounders, but Try Hack Me has some accessibility issues, and Hack the Box is expensive, can be at least, for the Academy portion at least. Let's Defend is a no-go. Cyber Defenders who couldn't get to work because of a spam issue, probably. And then VulnHub isn't really a beginner platform, and Over the Wire is, but needs a little bit of background. So yeah, those are the main ones.
Speech mode off.
Parrot we tried as well, but Parrot we couldn't really find anything for free to go look at, so that's a shame. I'm seeing if there's anyone I missed in this list. Pico, we did not cover Pico. We might cover Pico next time. For right now, I think this has been it. I'm going to be signing off here. I'm going to see if I can get my camera to work. And I'll see you all in the next one. Have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic night. And take it easy. It's weird out there.